Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to mighty Akim, Wa'akwathium, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson, and today's lesson we're going to be going into basically how people are in these last days, all right, or the behavior of people in these last days. Now, the thing is, there's actually just a big amount of things that I've seen, but I didn't really take note of it or full note of it until I guess more recently. Okay, so the first thing I'll get into is a quick anecdote. Right quick. So I believe I want to say 10 years ago. Might as well just get it. Um, 10 years ago, when I was playing these fighting games and whatnot, around 10 years ago, is it? Oh wow! Oh, so 12 years ago, even worse. Yeah, so 12. No, okay. 9 years ago, Slovakia. Okay. So 9 years ago, when I was playing these types of games and whatnot, I guess when I was playing these types of games, I would rarely see people basically being evil, mean-spirited, or disrespectful. Like what they would do, they would just play the game. Everyone's trying to get better. Everyone's just trying to enjoy the game and whatnot. Okay, and difference between back then and now is a lot of people now, they are going out of their way to be assholes and be disrespectful and just do whatever just to be like mean-spirited and evil. Okay, now the thing is, or basically in video games, what they would do is constantly crouch, which would basically translate to teabagging, which is a disrespectful thing, or taunt if the game has taunt in it. All right, so that would be in these games. Taunting would be in the games back then as well, but the thing is they wouldn't do it as much compared to now, where they're doing it a lot. And the reason behind that is because of the time that we're in. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the tweet that I had. 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Okay, so let's actually just get the definition. Okay, sedition, conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. Okay, there was another verse that said enmity would increase among men. I can't find it. I don't remember the exact wording of it, but it still does stand. Okay, so what I have is this instead. 2 Timothy chapter 3 from the top. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Okay, so basically, just you could literally go through the entire, or I could, and I might. But we could go through the entire chapter. But the main thing to get from it is these few things. Okay, so it says in verse 1, it says, in the last days perilous times will come, and in the second verse it says, men shall be lovers of their own selves. Okay, so basically, wanting to do whatever makes them happy rather than what the collective, rather what's best for the collective, rather what's best for the people as a society, people as a whole. Okay, and verse 3 it says without natural affection. Okay, so without natural affection, that's all obviously it's like you're talking about people caring about one another or caring about your fellow man. All right, so that is a lot more now than it is than it was before. Okay, and so that's very apparent now as it was before, and it's only going to get worse, and it's getting worse as time goes on. And the reason why I brought that up was because the reason why I brought the anecdote that I spoke on, where people are teabagging a lot more now. It's really just, it's not like people physically trying to hurt you or anything like that, but it just goes to it is another way to actually tell how people are. Because if people are like trying to find ways to be evil and malicious in a simple video game, okay, which is this is basically you see that in video games to a certain extent, because people, there was one time, I don't remember how long ago, but people were basically going out of their way to freaking defend me included, I'm not even gonna lie, but defend the Grand Theft Auto games when it was when did that come out, as a matter of fact? They were going around trying to 2013. Wow, they were going around basically defending it, because there was a time where I think there was a huge increase in people not only playing it but caring about it, and like it was freaking what was it, like a bunch of kids would go, because when I was actually buying games at GameStop, I would definitely see like an Edomite mom buying this game for her, like fucking, like, I guess her kid that was younger than me at the time. It was like freaking 8 or 9 or something like that. And like it really does go to show like the type of people, like they want to go around and do all these violent acts. Because Grand Theft Auto, I think you could just get with a hooker, you could go running people over, shooting random people, and just be a complete menace to society. And yeah, it's a game you can do that in, but like I guess it really just, like, for me, I never really played it. I think, I think I do know someone that did play it. I don't remember, but yeah, this really wasn't what resonated with me or something that I cared about. It just seemed like, like, this is kind of like pointless. What do I gain from just going around killing people randomly? Do you see, like, what's the appeal in that? All right, so yeah, just basically as I was saying, the people, as time went on, more and more people are just acting like straight up demons. Okay, and we can see that now. Okay, and now I wouldn't say that. Well, maybe I'd say that instead of saying that violent video games don't make people violent, I would now say that if you are going out of your way to play a video game that allows you to do a bunch of wicked things, like set people on fire, run people over that literally have nothing to do with you or whatever, I think that more so goes to show the type of spirit that's in you, where you need to check yourself. That is what I'll say. I won't confirm, deny, or support, or condemn people for. I won't condemn the fact that violent video games make people violent. I would just say that, if there's an appeal to that, if that appeals to you, then there's something wrong with you or the people as we've seen that actually do care and like that type of gaming, those types of games. All right. So, moving on, where I think this should honestly probably be last. So let's get into this video right here. So yeah, let's watch.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it a ball.
Basically, yeah, you see this Edomite dude shove that lost around, I could think, and then face. Okay, the Jake got mad, and then the Jake freaking just beat him. Like, yeah, you can see right there. And he was ready to, fight him. But yeah, it just really just goes to show that. And I show this in order for us to look at this comment made, okay? Because I think it's a really good thing to show. Okay, so now call on YAHAWASHI. I'm able to, I've just thought of some more precepts. Okay, so let me get that actually, so I can get it. Okay, let's go back to the comment. So by got it. Okay. This is a verified account. I don't know who the frick this is. I assume it's a Jake. Yeah, most likely Jake. Okay, so ow, I bit my tongue. He says, I love people in general. Let me say that before I make this to be the race factor. It is, LOL. Here's a real question though. For all my white brothers who aren't afraid to say it with your chest, why do white people try to provoke black people to act out of character, knowing we haven't been able to let go of the trauma caused years ago? It almost feel like there's always some passive behavior coming behind an ill-intended act that we all see but choose to start with, come on man. As soon as the black man displays the I'm fed up with the shenanigans behavior. If the black guy was white, I doubt the caption would have been what it was, and I'm sure that sympathy for why the unsportsmanlike conduct would have been acknowledged and not the ref. Okay, so if you look at the caption, this person says, the person who uploaded this video says, love the energy bro, but chill out on the ref. Okay, so, and then he tags the actual Jake that was in the video. The thing is, so number one, well, number one, just to get it out the way, he should not have pushed the ref. Okay, sure, we can say that, yes, but the main thing is Euro got it is right. A lot of times there's a bunch of Edomites that will try to provoke and push so-called black people to, act out of character and, basically make him an angry, the stereotype of an angry black man, so that they can garner sympathy, garner people on their side because they're acting mad. Okay, and the thing is, what's funny? Well, I think it's actually funny. When I was younger, a teenager, whatever. Okay, I would be. I mean, I think everyone, like most Jakes are actually like that. I would say. Okay, but like for me specifically, I think my mom actually taught me that, where whenever I would get into an altercation with my sister, okay, she would always get on her side, even though anything, for the most part, I would say that what I did was in retaliation, but my mom would still get on me more because I was always angry. And then she would also tell me that yes, you could be right, you could be in the righteous and whatnot, but most people or a lot of people are not going to side with you because you are being an angry black man. Okay, and you know, I'm not even gonna lie, I did not expect to I don't know what the word is, agree or see the truth behind that now more than ever. Okay, because I do try to, you know, I think I would say it's hard for me. Okay, and the thing is, Slakia, I don't want to get too off topic and just, you know, go off on a long ass tangent, but the thing is, when you, for Jake in general, okay, I'm not gonna say the 1/3, but for Jake in general, when we see something for the entirety of Israel, when we see, oh, those are in the truth, we see something wrong, we do like we feel it in our spirit that this is wrong, and having to see not only people but just things go the way it should not be, it is agitating, it is rage inducing. Okay, like this, we feel it in our spirit, this is wrong, this should not be the case, and we want to fight so hard for it to not be. Okay, and that's where the passion and the rage actually comes from. Okay, but the crazy thing is that because this is not our kingdom, because this is not our true home, because the wicked are in authority, okay, so it's the wicked's rules that are set in place, we, even though we know that something is wrong, even though we know that it's not right, we can't really do anything about it, and we literally have to accept the way things are. Okay, so like, and one of the biggest things, okay, which is I guess a big problem for not even just Israel, but men in general, some men, even the Edomite men, is they realize that, you know, women, and even though there are a lot of men that get angry, they have to they sit down and shut up because, you know, the laws are set in place, and it doesn't help them. It really doesn't. Okay, so Slacky, about that tangent, I want to go back into this comment. He said, why do white people provoke black people? And he goes into saying, where is it? It's almost feel like there's always some passive behavior coming behind an ill-intended act that we all see, but choose to start with, come on, man, as soon as the black man. Okay, so right here, okay, Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, their iniquity had an end. Okay, they had a perpetual hatred. Okay, they have a perpetual hatred. All right. I was thinking, Slocky, I was thinking of just glancing over that, but you know, I just remembered that, you know, whoever might watch this video, they might not be familiar with you know, a lot of these understandings. So in preparation for that, I'm gonna always break this down. Yahawadah. If we go to verse 3 in the same chapter, Ezekiel 35 verse 3, and say unto it, thus saith the Most High Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Okay, so Mount Seir is the land of the Edomites, and by extension, that means that they are talking to the Edomites. Okay, so the Edomites, okay, the natives of Mount Seir have the perpetual hatred to the Israelites. All right. So now, moving back along, this is where this is where the hatred. Actually, let me get another precept. As a matter of fact. Slakia, bear with me. Okay, Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So the thing is, because at the end of the day, this is gonna be a long video actually. At the end of the day, a lot of all the stuff that happened, it is supposed to happen. It was prophesied, okay, that Jacob would have the blessing, okay. So because Jacob had taken the blessing, okay, Esau was mad, taking the blessing and the birthright. Esau was mad, and he grew to hate his brother Jacob, and and that spirit has been kept in all the Edomites, or I guess majority of them, whatever, that spirit is inherently in these Edomites and we can see it with their behavior, okay? Just like how he made this observation, okay, as someone that's most likely not in the truth, okay? He can say, these so-called white people they always have this bias against us. They always want to try to provoke us, make us mad, and make us seem like we're the angry black person, blah blah. And then, for him to be able to make that's spiritual, because that's Esau's actual that's how Esau actually is. He really hates Israel, and he doesn't want to get along with us, okay? And we can see that with another example. Remember Stop Asian Hate, okay? After what I think it was like a year of them, of so-called Asian people, not just Chinese people, but I don't know, whatever type of Asian, all type of Asians that look like East Asians, okay? Whenever they got beat up or whatever the frick, they would do something about it. I think they gave reparations or some type of stuff to them within a year, where they can't do that to for Jake or Israel in general. All right, so we can clearly see the clear distinction in their attitudes towards us, as well as their attitudes towards the other nations. All right, so basically, yeah, there's that. All right, and it just further shows. Oh, there was also another a story where this Eve had gotten kidnapped. Okay, had gotten kidnapped along with her two friends, or Eve friends, and it was by this Edomite guy, and he basically said that, oh, we're at a race war and whatnot. Okay, so furthermore, I want to move into this next thing. Okay, right quick.
Green flag, because it's good to do what you're passionate about.
He pays all his parents' bills.
So basically, what the point of this, the context, whatever, is this bitch is talking about. Yes, this is a bitch. This bitch is basically talking about, okay, are these things good or bad? Red flag means it's bad. Green flag means it's good. Okay. The first prompt, as you just heard, Slakia, the first prompt, as you just heard, was he pays his parents' bills. Okay. And I wrote down a lot so I can get into it.
Boundaries, they're important. It's totally cool to help your parents financially, but you need to make sure you can support yourself and have some boundaries there as well, so you don't get advantage of. Okay, so now honestly, I think honestly I don't even need to go into the rest of the video. I probably will, but this is the main thing. This is the main thing I want to go into. Okay, and let me get that, because that was definitely in it. Where is it?
All right, so Second Timothy chapter 3 verse 2, okay, when it says disobedient to their parents, okay? So even for Edomite parents, okay, there are times when they do want what's best for their parents, but you see the thing is the Edomite children, they have a rod so far up their ass. Damn, I just forgot the precept I was about to get. Slakia, bear with me. I don't know why I just forgot it. Okay, whatever. I guess Slakia about that. Maybe it wasn't as I had him at. I remembered. But anyway, hold on. Let me see. Anyway, so basically Edomite children, they tend to not want to respect or follow after the teachings of their parents, okay? Which is something that I think is absolutely wrong. Now, I did do a video on it before where I was basically talking about how people were saying that that ways of thinking are outdated. Okay, so Slakia, there was this one video that I saw a comment on. The video was how Merrick's father, Merrick and Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, fuck. Let me just get the thing. Okay, so Merrick Ishtar, this guy, okay, he didn't want to be a grave keeper, tomb keeper, whatever the frick, and his father wanted him to, like, that was Merrick being his firstborn, okay. He said, okay, this is going to be your duty when I die. You are going to be the new tomb keeper, whatever the frick is called, okay. And it's a tradition. It was a tradition that is constantly handed down to the next generation. All right, Slovakia, and you know, family. It's a family tradition. Firstborn does it and whatnot. Okay, in the same sense, you know, I guess you could compare it to, you know, the Most High having giving a tradition of looking after, or with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, so Abraham, Isaac, and then Jacob in that same sense. Okay, and they all followed through with it, you know, following after the words of the Most High. And the thing is, what the person said in the comment was, which was so like cherry picked. It's not even cherry. Okay, like the way that they said it, it was a clear like disrespect to old and traditional values in general. She wasn't talking specifically about him and his tomb keeper legacy / job. She was talking about people in general that believe in old teachings or teachings of old or and whatnot. Okay, so by extension, she was disrespecting, you know, the Most High and his laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, now what I think is just stupid about that, okay, is if they said that it is wrong to kill people randomly, so that was that is something that is obviously wrong way back in the day, like many years ago, okay? More than many years ago, like thousands and thousands of years ago, okay? If that was wrong back then, does that mean that it is okay now because that's an old way of thinking? You know, do you see how stupid that is? Okay, and that's enough. Slakia, I'm going to go on so many tangents, Slakia, that I do. Just trying to make it quick, okay? If it is, people like the two things that people think is, number one, if a majority of people believe in it, then that means it's right. And number two, if it's old, then that means it's wrong and we need to change it. And it needs to be changed, okay? That is so stupid, all right? It is so dumb that these people are so fucking just dumb. And do they not realize the stupidity that comes out of their mouth, okay? So if a majority of people think it's okay to kick and beat down a kid, does that mean that it's okay for no reason at that, to just stomp a kid out for no reason? Then that means it's okay because, oh, 3 out of 4 people think it's okay, so that means it's okay. These people, I'm telling you, these people are stupid. Now, here, okay, let's get back to this. Slakia again. Too many tangents. But these dumb, I'm gonna read what I have on this, okay? These dumb bitches always want to be involved with trauma. Okay, yeah, perfect. And what I mean by that is she's associating that with, she's associating a man or someone, or yeah, I guess a man paying his parents' bills as being abused and used by his parents, when that's not always the case. Maybe he's looking out for his parents. Maybe he cares about them, which I think I would say maybe she doesn't, okay? Or maybe she just automatically assumes that if something like this is happening, the only instance that this happens is when a parent is abusing and abusing their child. When, like, they're so close-minded. They are ironically close-minded. The different situations and aspects of life. Okay. Let me get this next one. Okay, yeah. This that reminds me of another thing. I don't have any of the examples now. But basically, I think a few years ago, if not still now, if they're still doing it or not, there was a bunch of these women, okay, because feminism is already, a big thing. But there was a bunch of these women that were posting these dumbass fucking TikToks, short videos or whatever. It's basically saying, oh, if you were abused, then there's this sign that will show in you and whatnot. Okay, they always want to be a victim of something. They always want to act like they're victims. They always want to like push out a trauma or force the existence of a trauma in them, if not in someone else. And I don't know, like they thrive off of that. Like it's so weird. It's so weird. And basically they're trying to find stuff in them. Okay, and in addition to that, basically let's finish this first before I go into that.
When he wants to share phone passwords.
Okay, so
super red flag. That's so weird. Don't do that, girlies.
Okay, now how I don't understand. How is that weird when, oh my God, I'm so sure most people know that it's usually the women that are asking for the guy's phone password, so that the women, because it's more commonly known that women go into a guy's phone. So once again, she's associating that with, a guy who's super controlling or is abusive and doesn't want her to monitor and do all that stuff. Okay, which honestly, like, I don't even care. Like, I can't even care about this stuff up anymore because of how fucking stupid these women are. Okay, but the thing is, he said the thing was sharing phone passwords, where it's not just one, it's both of them. So what do you have to hide that you don't want them to see? Like, I'm confused. I'm actually confused. All right. So, yeah, that's basically that. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing. Yeah, Slocky, it's just basically because of that one instance, she's tying it down just to that, and it's not a matter of, okay, well, I want you to know that I trust you, and or maybe he could be trying to prove, are you hiding anything? Are you okay with this? So that if she says no, which she did, okay, then that goes to show that she does have something to hide, and that she's not to be trusted. Okay, so this woman, trust her and watch out for her.
He doesn't follow JC on social media.
Huge red flag. It's the worst.
He makes a $1 million a year, but works 7 days a week.
For me,
Slovakia, I really, okay, that was just a joke. I guess it was a joke.
I work a lot as well, so that wouldn't be a huge red flag for me. It also depends if they enjoy their job, because if they're spending 7 days a week doing something they hate, huge red flag. If they really like it, big green.
Oh yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it on, these dumb bitches. Which, well, actually no, there's more to it, and it is the fact that these women do, Slovakia, that these women are so, like, ass backwards. Okay, and let me get that precept right quick. The world, this is what I always like to default to prove this one point. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 7, I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Okay, and this is actually one of my favorite verses, because honestly, if you truly just take a second to truly understand what this means, or what the intention and the meaning behind it is, basically trying to say that the world is upside down. Okay, and one of the things I like to default to is using this as an example. Okay. My damn. Right here. Okay. So look at how the world is upside down here, and that is metaphoric. Okay, it's metaphoric for how the people, I think you can see the mouse. Can you see the mouse? Slovakia. there you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. How in how in this world is upside down. Okay, in this metaphoric scenario. Okay, you want to be standing. You don't want your foothold to be heaven. Okay, whereas you don't want your foothold to be the world. Okay, his foothold, this guy's foothold is the world, and this guy's foothold is, metaphorically. As I'm just using this as a metaphor. It's not the explanation in there, but I'm just trying to give a metaphor in order to better explain and better give a visualization on Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 7. Okay, so the foothold is for the carnal people is the world, and the foothold for us is the kingdom of heaven, because we have to be spiritually minded. Okay, and the comparison to this is I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So royalty is supposed to be exalted. Royalty is supposed to be on the horses, but you see in a lot of cases, well, not in a lot of cases, in this world that we, it's the opposite. The true royalty is working as or are as slaves, whereas the actual servants, the servants to be, are working as princes. Okay, they're exalted. All right, the people that are the wicked that are being exalted, whereas the righteous are as the servants. Okay. Yeah, basically, let me get back to my thing. Okay, and another thing to add to that, okay, because there's another aspect, is the fact that as a man, we cannot protect not only ourselves, but care about. Okay, now I've heard a lot of different like terrible stories where people say, oh, someone attacked my daughter or something like that, and like I can't even do anything to him because law is this, law is that. Like there are a lot of, I would say, technicalities on the laws that basically prevent people from, like, say for example, if a man raped another man's daughter, okay, the father, okay, if he just found that out the next day, okay, he can't. I don't think he can. I think on a technicality he can't go and get revenge on himself. And then a lot of times, I don't know if you heard it a lot, and I'm gonna use Edomite examples. An Edomite man raping an Edomite woman, where the woman was crying because there was no justice. There was nothing that was gonna happen to the Edomite guy for raping her. Okay, like this is some real ass shit. Even if they go to report it to the police, whatever, like it just like this is some actual real stuff that happens. And then because there's no justice there, then how do you think the father feels when they try to go through the legal way, and then if they go and do it and take matters into their own hand, then they're gonna get locked up. Then they're gonna get punished for seeking revenge. Okay, like that's it. This world stops men from being men, stops men from protecting the people that they care about. Okay, which is it further just goes to show just like how crazy it is. All right, which actually, ironically enough, very soon we're not gonna be living like that. Okay, let me actually get this. This is actually the better time to bring it up. For 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their action shall stand in their power. Okay, so number one, invading one another. All right. So what do you think that means? Like, especially for these I guess what's the word? Incel men, I guess. Use that term, or even worse, just these predatory men. Okay, they're gonna go out and invade these single women. Okay, and oh my God, it is going to be a terrible time at that. All right, let me get another precept in addition to that. Isaiah chapter 4 from the top. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Okay, so the thing is, what this means is, 7 women doesn't literally mean 7. It means a complete number of women. So it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 7, it could be 10, 20, 100, whatever. It just all dependent on said man, which by said man, it's the man in question is an Israelite man, or not an Israelite man, but a man of the Lord. Okay, so a man that's an Israelite and in the truth. So not specifically just an Israelite man, but yeah, there's that, and there will be women seeking out men of the Lord when things get, as 2nd Ezra 15 and 16 say. Okay, they're going to be women looking for men of the Lord to, and as it says once again, to let us be called by, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. They say they're gonna not be a burden, but they want to be called by his name, because when a man marries a woman, that means that the woman takes the man's last name, and to take away our reproach, meaning that they want the horrors to be taken away from them. They don't want to have to go through the being a prey. Okay, reproach, address someone in such a way to express disapproval or disappointment. Okay, expression of disapproval. Right, so basically, the Most High is disappointed, showing disapproval, and going to punish these people for what they're doing. Okay, and as a result of that, these women want to be able to avoid that by getting with the man of the Lord. Okay, which I guess one thing to make note, I guess, if you are a man of the Lord, is to not let them take advantage of you in that instance, but because when the time comes, when Jacob's trouble comes, obviously there's going to be a famine. Okay, famine, a whole bunch of stuff. So a famine, there's going to be a lot of stuff, and you have to worry more about yourself rather than these women that are going to try to now dick ride you, which they metaphorically dick ride you metaphorically when they were acting all big and bad and tough and independent prior to all hell breaking loose. Okay, so basically in that time comes, they're gonna recognize the princes as they are, or as they should have been before. Okay, which this basically, actually I believe elders had made mention that a lot of the women that were actually going to repent would actually be the prostitutes and stuff like that, which there was this one woman that did OnlyFans and had just basically shown her body off to the whole world, for the whole world to see, and she repented. Okay, and it just truly, it does go to show that I think the women that have gone through the most or actually experienced it. And like there was this one porn star that she said she really regrets, you know, being in the porn industry because of all the terrible stuff that they basically made her do. And at the same time, she was actually taking accountability because she said that she wasn't forced. She was basically she was more so coerced into doing it. But if she had said no, they would have stopped. Basically, what is the impression that she was getting? What they were saying was, oh, you know, a lot of people are gonna like you if you do this, blah blah. And they were talking about all these like extreme, like nasty stuff and whatnot. And that obviously under normal circumstances, I guess women or people in general wouldn't partake in. But because, you know, it's porn, and then people are gonna want to do. I hope I can say that and not get this video taken down. But basically, you know, that is Slakia. That is the thing. You know, she was taking accountability. You know, which is something that not a lot of women do. Okay, but I think, you know, it's further supports what the elder was saying. I forgot which elder was saying it. That it's primarily going to be these harlots that are the ones. Okay, whereas, you know, a woman like her. Okay, a woman like her, she is so. She would rather die in her whatever, or just go to her father or whatever cuck that she's dealing with at that time in order to, you know, find safety. All right, but yeah, it's these women that are more likely to be so proud that they don't want to you know, admit that they're wrong. Okay, whereas these I guess harlots, okay, they will repent. They will say, oh, you know what, I made a mistake, I'm wrong, and, you know, I will fall in place. Okay, I will acknowledge my role and whatnot. All right, so let me see. That's basically, there's that. All right, so there's that for that. Another thing. Lastly, I think that's it. Okay, so last thing. Revelation. This is from Twitter. Mad Mac Attack. Okay, just as and just to end it for some conclusion. For conclusion. All right. Mad Mac Attack 1. So what do you get when a Brazilian government moves to Slovakia? Let me start over. A Brazilian government moves to make refusing a vaccine a criminal offense. It's been so long, Slovakia. B. You erect a giant Jesus idol. C. You plaster the save to it in 2021, and God bless abortions in 2022. You get Yahawah Almighty striking that bad boy down in its dome piece with lightning in 2023. So let's see what happens. Hopefully there's a close-up. Oh, wait, hold on. Where did he say it was? Alright, so basically, yeah, you see this let me see if I can find it. Unless there's someone in the comments. Okay. So let's get this. Do they not have it in a close-up to it? It's kind of weird. But yeah, that's basically it. These false idols, okay,
Building your own.
taken down. These people are okay. It was that big and that tall, and after the lightning strike hits, it was on that picture that we just saw over here. Oh no, never mind then. Wait, was it not broken? They're not showing a close-up of it, but that's basically it. The Most High is really making His presence more known. Oh, in addition to that, Slakia, I don't know why I forgot that there was a bunch more what's it called, UFO sightings. Okay, a lot more UFO sightings, which if I can get that. UFO sightings, or talking about UFOs is very commonplace now, believe it or not. If I can find the over here. Let me get this. All right, so here, right quick, from Pentagon. So, let me actually mute it. So basically, it's very commonplace. All right, it just really just goes to show the times that we're in. People are, as I had mentioned earlier, with all the different examples. People are being more wicked towards one another. The women are going so off, not just the women, the Israelite women, but also the heathen women as well. What was the other one? Women. What is this? Oh, right here, another thing. Like, this is just super crazy. I just thought it was funny, and I should add it. But yeah. So this dumb bitch is, her son or whatever is sick, and she's making a TikTok video asking for prayers, sending prayers. But what happened? I'm so confused. Little Lee was taken in because of low oxygen. He tested positive for RSV, waiting for him to breathe better on his own. And these people ridiculed that dumb mother for making that video by doing this. I'm pretty sure she's not actually sick. She's just pretending for it. So yeah, that's basically it. And also look at this. This is more funny. Definitely a joke, I assume. But this Eve Prissy Miss says, thoughts and twerks. Yeah, so I'll be twerking for a fast recovery. Okay, so basically they think that twerking, and they're making a joke. Obviously, I'm sure the fact that this dumb white bitch made this video like that, I really I am so confused. Okay, it really just shows that Babylon is the land of confusion. All right, like, these people are so off and wicked and dumb. They're really dumb, I'm telling you. All right, but with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And with that, I want to say shalom.